What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's Netflix original movie review of Back to the Outback. This film was directed by Cripps and Clare. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button as well as commenting below any video that you watch, including this one. So Back to the Outback is, of course, Netflix's newest animated feature. It's one they produce themselves. It's a animated film about, bugs and creatures and stuff like that, like a snake or, a tarantula, a scorpion, or so on and so forth. And basically they are the stars of this dangerous, venomous creatures show because they are some of the most dangerous creatures in the, especially in the Outback, or Australia, or the world. So what this film ends up becoming, because the creatures can talk to one another, they have cute faces, but we see them as dangerous and dangerous creatures, is we get two perspectives on the world that is perceived as our own, and then the world is perceived as the creatures themselves. But the thing, because a movie like this needs a purpose, I guess you could say, very similar to Madagascar, the creatures escape the zoo, and the handlers try to go after them, but the creatures want to go back to the Outback. They come across, different other creatures, and it's very much a family animated film in a kind of bug, like I said, like Bug's Life or Madagascar style sense. So when it comes to a film like Back to the Outback, at this point, you or I should know that you're going to go in with a certain set of expectations with this type of film. Families pretty much know what they're going to get at this point when it comes to films like this, because they're meant for 5 years old and below. They're films with venomous creatures that have cute and cuddly faces, that are a family-like unit. You know there's going to be crazy and wild adventures, but you also know it's going to have an ending that you kind of come to expect when it comes to, heartfelt and very sweet type of situation. But the problem with animated kids films, and especially in this day and age because of how cheaply they can be produced, for every like Encanto or every Over the Hedge you're going to get something like Norm of the North, which is a very poorly built together animated film for young kids. So after watching this trailer, after seeing what I was getting myself into, and after watching this film is in the Norm of the North category, I guess you could say. There are much better kids animated films out there than this film. I think this film completely apes Madagascar in a lot of aspects, with the zoo and them trying to escape to a situation. This is a film that has very low quality animation that feels cheaply made, cheaply done. I did make a complaint about Over the Moon or something like that, the Glen Keane film that came out last year that actually got a Best Animated Film nomination. And I totally regret what I said on that, because that film has grown on me a little bit. But this film is the worst parts of a young kid animated film, or the worst parts of young kid animated anything. Look at PJ Masks. This film does everything wrong. The voice work is terrible. The characters are terrible. Everything about this movie just feels like it was put in a bubble. A bunch of paint was thrown at it, and then they just threw it out into the world. They didn't do any work. They didn't try at all. I feel that the directors were put in a situation where they're like, you have this budget, which is probably $10 million at the most. You have to create this project, and we're going to put it on Netflix for the young family. And the sad thing is about this type of movie is people are going to eat this type of film up because it's, young kids are going to love it, and so on and so forth. And it's just, I struggle even with the film not being for me as a film itself, with trying to recommend a film like this, because, when you look at the world and you look at what's been created and how much potential we have in the world when it comes to animated films, there's just much better stuff out there. There really is. I think young kids need to be better stimulated. And I've heard like horror stories about PJ Masks, and this is right with that. This is a horrifying film to have to show to a kid, just for the simple fact that there's no redeeming values for it. And, I know people will say, well, it's just for the young kids, blah, blah, blah. You gotta have standards for kids' films. You really do. This isn't it. This is an awful film. This is like that film that I saw about the young girl in the park and the creation with all the, animals and stuff like that. Stop making these cheap ass animated films. Make something unique and entertaining. That's why Pixar and DreamWorks are top of their game when they make films, because at least they are trying to make a film that has a message and is meant for adults and kids. When a film is just meant for young kids, you're not giving the young kids anything to work with. They're just there to watch the small creatures. I don't know. I didn't like this movie. I really didn't. I thought it was awful. I'm very much for animated films. I think some of the best films ever made are animated films, and this is just a bottom of the barrel animated kids film. So if you end up watching it and your kid loves it, it, great. Good luck while them watching it 1,200 times. But go see, like I said, Encanto or any one of the million other anime films that are at least, somewhat entertaining, like Over the Hedge, or Madagascar is even a better film, for that instance. So with that said, that's my take on Back to the Outback. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, what did you think of this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? All that good stuff. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like any of the videos, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next film. Peace out.